Hello, Super Relaxed Fantasy Book Club. My name is C J Lavigne. I'm a Canadian author currently coming to you from Red Deer, Alberta, and I've been asked to speak a little bit about my new novel and about the things that I'm enjoying reading right now. I can definitely do that. So this is my book. It is called In Veritas. It's from New West Press. It's being released on May 1st, 2020. The paperback is trickling into stores now, which means pre-orders are being filled, and the ebook is on sale until the end of May. The book is an urban fantasy. It's set in Ottawa, Ontario, and it's about a woman named Verity who is able to perceive multiple realities at the same time. And the way her body processes that overload is through a form of synesthesia. Her senses get jumbled together. She tastes things that she touches. She sees things that she hears, etc. And this is a little bit from the book. It comes at the moment where Verity is just starting to realize that there is actually a hidden world and that it's not just her. So she and her partner Jacob have been doing a photo session for a woman and her two children, but Verity has had enough and she would like to leave the house. So this is the moment where she escapes. Verity and Jacob exchange her pleading glance for his quick grin, and she edges into the front hall while he's still talking. It takes only a moment to slip into her shoes and lift her jacket and a soft gray scarf from the coat rack near the landing. A moment later and she's out the door, sliding her hands into her pockets. If the inside of the townhouse can be a well of confusion, marked by odd flurries of light and the snapping ozone of Jacob's ranging hobbies, then the city, as always, is a tornado. Verity stops on the front step and closes her eyes until she can reconcile the clouds that passing traffic sends snaking across her vision and the way the sun's warmth smells of oil and cloves. Only when she finds her balance among the sounds of the street does she allow herself to look at the spreading leaves of the oak tree, which chime like bells and lightly sting her fingertips, or the slab of sidewalk that tastes of lint and soiled leather. When the world resolves itself, the dog is waiting for her. It is a worn shred of shadow sitting patiently at the foot of the stairs, and yet it has a particular solidity, as though the earth might crumble and open beneath the weight of its feet. Verity feels the gravity pull of it, and she stills for a long breath before judging it safe to descend the steps. The dog remains sitting, its yellow eyes watching. It wags its tail once. Verity tries to keep her gaze steady, but there's a bird in the tree chirping a streak of mauve. Then the door has opened behind her, and the two children are streaming out and down the stairs. The young boy's squeals are a spike through her temple. The mother follows more sedately, hands clenched on her purse and an irritated sigh puffing her lips. She pays Verity no attention whatsoever. "Puppy!" yells the girl. The black dog bares its teeth, and she wisely detours in the opposite direction, her small feet barely wavering. She has been distracted by something crumpled and dry on the sidewalk about 10 feet away. Her brother follows. Verity just glimpses the sad remnants of a cracked dragon wing and a scaled, half-flattened tail. "Neat," crows the boy. His sister runs back to the base of the spreading tree. "I need a stick," she proclaims. "I need a stick. I want to poke it." She sets one hand against the bark of the tree's trunk and stands on tiptoe, reaching up for the branches several feet above her head. "What are you— Oh, leave that alone." The children's mother finds her voice, stepping forward, her heels clicking on the steps and then the concrete, until she can get a view of the sidewalk and the crushed form that has caught her son's attention. "Don't touch that, honey. It's just a dead rat. It's full of germs." She ignores the dog, but she does cast a glare back over her shoulder at Verity. Someone should keep the property cleaner. Verity swallows the taste of cactus thorns. She wants to say, "We have no rats," but when she opens her mouth, the woman has already moved on, grabbing the little boy's hand and herding both children further down the block. Her arm is already waving as she hails a taxi. When Verity looks back at the sidewalk, she doesn't see wings anymore, only matted fur and the stiff, wormy twig of a broken tail, now naked and pink. The dog has paced several feet away down the sidewalk, where it sits once more, waiting attentively. You want me to go with you, she guesses slowly. The dog waves its tail again. Where? The dog only cocks its head this time, one ear turning sideways. Verity sees the world stretching jagged and uncertain before her. In the shadow dog's attention, she feels the pull of the magician's gaze. In the maelstrom of the city, her balance shifts. At her back is the familiar comfort of the townhouse, the careful spaces she would know blindfolded, the golden dust of the kitchen, and the safety of Jacob's flashing grin. She could turn and take 5 short steps to refuge. On impulse, she draws a breath and turns slightly to the side, gesturing with her chin. The, dead thing on the concrete, she says. What is it? Did you see a rat too? She is, she realizes, standing on a city street, talking to a dog. The dog looks at her. Then it wags its tail again, deliberately, and lets its black tongue spill out over its teeth. It is, she thinks, laughing at her. Verity sighs and steps forward. Again, that's In Veritas by me, C J Lavigne, coming out from New West Press on May 1st. I was also asked the things that I enjoy reading, the things that I'm looking forward to. I don't have any fun props to wave around because everything I've been reading lately is on my e-reader. But I can certainly tell you that in the last year or so, the books I've enjoyed most, Tamsin Weir's Gideon the Ninth is phenomenal. Lesbian Necromancers in Space, if that doesn't sell it to you, I don't know how else to phrase it. It's an amazing read. Mary Robinette Kowal's The Calculating Stars, which is a alternate history timeline in which a meteor strikes the Earth in the 1950s and humanity has to find a way to colonize Mars in order to survive. It's about a female astronaut during that time, and it's great. Other things that I've enjoyed, Silvia Moreno Garcia's Gods of Jade and Shadow, which is a young woman and the god of death road trip through 1920s Mexico. And the most recent thing I finished, I think, was Alex Harrow's 10,000 Doors of January, which is lovely and utterly charming. The things that I'm looking forward to reading in the next while, certainly N.K. Jemison's The City We Became, Harrow the Ninth, the sequel to Gideon the Ninth, which I'm hoping is as amazing as its predecessor, and definitely Martha Wells's Network Effect. I feel that Murderbot is truly all of us. Anyway, that's me. I've enjoyed having this time with you, and thanks for watching the video.